Hey YouTube trumpeters, this is Charlie Porter here with a little quick tip. I'm practicing over at my buddy's house with his nice Monet trumpet. Thanks, Steve. And just practicing some intervals. And let's see, what I wanted to say was when you're practicing in the high register, sometimes the best way to get a nice open and easy sound in the higher register is to go there directly from the middle register where it's, quote, easier to play, right? So you play a nice middle G or somewhere in that area and practice doing some easy intervals and get that feeling, and then after a while you start taking the second note of the interval up an octave. For example, might do this. Anyway, you get the idea. What I'm trying to do is keep that same feeling of doing the first interval, and by not giving myself enough time to get 2/10 for that higher note, the kind of time that I would have, say, if I was working up the scale. If I'm doing that, there's a chance I might start to close off because I have time to progressively get too tight in lips here. But if I'm doing that quick interval and I'm trying to keep everything feeling like that third line B flat, then there's a better chance, it might surprise you actually, there's a better chance of staying open for that higher note. One more time. Pretty easy to do it when you go to the F. You can kind of just feel like you're keeping that same B flat set. But you want to do the same thing when you're trying to go even higher. And it's a little dirty there, but sometimes I like to add a little trill onto the note to see if it's flexible, to see if I'm in a good place or a bad place. Let me see if I can do that again and keep it a little cleaner. Getting a little better. Anyway, so those upper notes are kind of the same thing. There's no limit to how high you can go from this lower note. Maybe start it from even a lower note. Right? So I try to connect from that lower note instantly to the higher note. And even though I am going to get tighter, maybe than I should, this does seem to help me to find a way to be more relaxed going into that upper note. Especially if I'm doing it not in a camera trying to demonstrate it for you folks, but when I do it on my own and I'm kind of getting into a good meditative zone with it, what you start to realize is that all these notes are actually pretty damn close to one another. So you start to have a little fun with it. Right, start to do some interesting 2-octave jump things. You can even start to speed those up. And what I want to stress too is that you're thinking more about the bottom note in terms of the weight of the air, and the top note, it's actually, you're not using so much air, but you're just creating compression and resistance here. If you want to know how to do that, watch the video that I just made on how to form an embouchure, or you can watch the 3 compressions video or the straight line approach. I'm trying to put some good information out there to help you guys to play easily. It does not have to be super difficult to play the trumpet. It can feel sometimes like a torture device, and but it doesn't have to be that way. And you know, I'm working my best to find easier ways to play. And I guess what I'm trying to show with this little demonstration is that, you know, the higher notes, they're not so far away. They are closer to your middle G than you might have expected. And in fact, if you're on a gig and you're next to a lead player who seems to be doing like a great job and seems to be using very little effort and is getting a big fat sound, well, they're playing easier probably than you are. And the point is, it's kind of unfair, you know, because they're sitting there getting all this amazing notes out and they're not working that hard, but you might be sitting there working your tail off and you're not getting anything out, or you're getting diminishing returns. So the idea here is not how to get the note out. It's how to get it out easily. So work to make your playing easier. Find the easy solution to get things to come out, and don't work so hard to just get it out in the moment, doing whatever you need to do, whether it's pressing or you know, killing yourself one way or another. Just find here's the thing. Ask yourself the question of not how do I do this, but how can I do this easy? How can I do this easier? Your body comes up with the answer to the questions you ask it. If you ask your body how to do something, your body will come up with any old answer that will work. And that might be jam into my face. It might be any kind of thing that might hurt you. But if you're asking your body, how can I do this easily, then your body's going to come up with solutions, hopefully, that are easy and that do not hurt. So anyway, there you have it, folks. Practicing large intervals to build your high range and to open up the high range. Again, just to show you, if you're having this kind of problem, and you're starting to close off as you go higher, get rid of all the steps in between. Go right from your low F right to your high F. Right? And then put some air behind it. But first get it open. Get it to feel like your low F. Anyway, all right. Over and out, and I'll see you guys the next time. Bye.